This section shows you how you can do sensory evaluation, sensory analysis of your dishes. That means tasting them and getting some results from people so you can make some comments. So for this, I'm going to choose a chickpea, sweet potato and spinach coconut curry, and I've written all my recipe in, and I'm going to go to the star profile to get people to carry out some tasting. So click star profile and put the name of the dish in. I'm just going to put chickpea and sweet potato curry and click OK. Now for the GCSE you have to come up with some sensory words that include taste, texture, appearance and aroma. Now you'll find that in the programme we've got these descriptors. So we've already listed some things for you, but you may need to add your own. So let's add a descriptor. How do I want this curry to taste? Well, let's look at taste. Different words for this. And which of these would suit my curry? I think spicy. So let's type in spicy. How spicy do I want it? That's my rating. Maybe 4 out of 5. Okay, so then we can come on to add another descriptor. And let's look at appearance. So here's some words for appearance. I think appetising is pretty important. When you first see a dish, does it look appetising? And you probably want it to be 5 out of 5. These scores are 0 for not and 5 for very, so very appetising. Now I'm going to look at aroma. How do I want it to smell? That's a tricky one. It's a really tricky word to know how you want it to smell. I think you want it to smell sort of spicy, but you've got that word. What about fragrant? Strange word. Let's use it. Fragrant. How fragrant? 3 out of 4. That's to do with the spices and the vegetables and all of that information. Okay, I'm going to add a word of my own that's not on this list. I want some tasty vegetables. And I want those to be 4 out of 5. And I'm going to do one more. So have I got texture? Not really. So let's have a look at some texture words. There's some down here. They're not all really what I want. There's loads of those. Smooth. No, I want it with vegetables. Soft, soggy, spongy, stringy, tender, thick. I'm going to put chunky in because I want some chunky pieces to give texture to it, and I want that to be 4 out of 5. Okay, so that's the star profile for what I want, and I'm now going to add a taster, and the name of the taster is going to be me. You don't have to name your taster, it could just be A, B and C. And I'm going to imagine I'm tasting this curry, and how spicy is it? Well, it's only 2 out of 5, I think. How appetising is it? It's 3 out of 5. Fragrant? Yes, it was fragrant. It was all right. So it matched what I wanted. Were there tasty vegetables? No, perhaps there weren't. Chunky pieces? Yes, I was all right with chunky. And then click OK. Now, for the exam, you have to do an evaluation of what you can see. So what I wanted was the blue, and what I got was the black. If I want to, I can add another taster. So if there's time after the exam, you can get several people to do a tasting. But it's important that you've got 3 dishes to evaluate, so you've got to crack on. You could have this star profile all ready for them, and then put in your tasting results. Using an iPad or a laptop or a computer or even on your phone. Okay, let's write what we think now about this evaluation. When I tasted it, it was 2 out of 4 for spicy. So I need to, if I'm going to improve this, which you're asked to consider, add more spices. That'll make it spicier. How appetizing was it? Well, I didn't garnish it, so it could have done with some fresh coriander. That would really make it look more appetizing. And maybe I could have added some other ingredients such as tomato. I'm just going to put a question on that because I'd need to test that, whether that would work. How fragrant was it? Well, it was 3 out of 3, so it's fine. Tasty vegetables, 3 out of 4, so add something with more flavour. So possibly red pepper, which gives colour and flavour. And chunky pieces, so this is fine. I can just put okay. I got my chunkiness. So there's my star profile. Let's see if we can see the full size. If I scroll down, you can see that the star is there. All my evaluations are there. So I've done what they want for the exam. I've written them all in. And I've got my star profile, which I can export and annotate. Let's see if I can show you how to get this, download this as a JPEG. And so I'm going to open it as a preview. And you can see it there. It's not quite on my screen, but you can see the result there. And then I can actually export that and put it into my work, into Word or PowerPoint or Google Slides or Google Sheets and things like that. Okay, so we are done.